Nancy of Tea and Treasures. This is my floss tube about my cross stitch. So if that is something that interests you, please grab your cup of tea, your drink of choice, and join me for a short review. As you know, I worked on Maynia projects, and I did mine just a little different. I picked out 4, one for each week of the month, and worked on that specifically throughout that week. And I did real well on the first 2, and I have 2 more to show you today. So the 3rd week of the month, I worked on Foxy Fall. Isn't he a cutie? And I didn't know as I was going through it, there's a little squirrel, there's leaves, there's flowers, all made up in this design. So that was kind of fun to discover. But I think I made some pretty good progress. I know I told you on the last one, I thought I had made a mistake on the black that I had put in, that I thought I had stitched the wrong color. Well, happy surprise, I did it right. I put the right color in the right place. I had the fabric at the wrong angle, so it made it look like it was out of place. But you'll see here, that was his paw that I was working on. I had this one in and part of the white. So I had this one paw here. So I got the rest of this and up into his shoulder a little bit. And then this is going over to his face. So he's coming along real well. Now the animals I was talking about, see the little squirrel? I had to frog that because I had placed it wrong and somehow had it in like his tail and his hind legs in one section, and then I moved over and started doing it again. I don't know what happened, but I know what happened. I was watching a scary movie. But I frogged him, and he's all back together in one piece, this little squirrel. I just think this is coming out so pretty, and I love it on this fabric. So let's see who this fabric is from. I forget every time, and I mean to have it out so I can tell you. It should be right down in here. I feel it. There we go. It is Cedar River, and the color is Arboreal 28. So I know I've shown you this before. Cedar River. And I think I'm saying that right. Arboreal 28 count. So that's the first one I worked on during week 3, and I'm really pleased with how that came. I didn't want to set him back down then once I figured out what I was doing, where I was at. I wanted to keep on working on it. But, you know, my week ran out, so I couldn't. So, the last week of the month, I worked on Dutch Beauty by Permanent of Copenhagen, which is this big beauty. And you remember I had all of this and part of the deer. So I was hoping to get this last section in before the week ran out. So here is my progress. Let me get it folded in a different manner. Oh, I have it folded really strange. We'll just see if I can work with this, because I don't want to waste your time while I'm doing it. So here's the first section, and the second, and then I flipped over, and here is the other section. This is what I completed this time. So I got the deer and his antlers in. This dark, let me put a board behind it here to help hold it a little bit. This dark section here is the base of the tree, I got the little girl in, the windmill, and 3 birds, and I have all the flowers in. I'd already done the whole border there, but I think I did pretty good. You know, I had hoped to put the tree in, but there's a lot of little stitches to that, and I didn't get as far on it as I wanted. But again, I didn't want to put it down. But the week was up, so it was time to move. So I had to. And I was thinking about this as I was working through things. I think setting a goal of working on something for just a week and then moving to another project is pretty helpful for me. I don't get bogged down in the same project over and over and over and over. And that's why I end up with so many works in progress. Is because I get bored with them. I get tired of pulling the same one and working on the same one over and over and over. And everything I've been doing has been on the medium to large size, so I'm not completing things, and I think that really affects me too. So I think going forward, I'm gonna, like I said, do solid weeks of stitching and see if I can progress things a little bit better. What do you think about that? Do you think that'll work? I think it worked pretty well here, so I thought I would go ahead and give it a try. Now, what am I going to do next? Well, let's wait. Let's wait. I have been seeing all of the patriotic, goodness, pardon me, all of the patriotic designs. And, you know, of course you want to jump on the bandwagon, right? So I got to looking at mine and pulled out all of the ones that I have previously purchased. And I thought I'd share those with you today. I have a wee one, 4th of July bird by Heart in Hand. Isn't he the cutest little bird? And that would not take 2 minutes to get that stitched up. It also came with the little flag button that goes right over in here. So I think this is one I'm going to work on. I mean, he's not very big. He is 42, really, by 7? Let me get out some glasses to make sure I'm reading that right. It's got to be a lot more than that. No, 42 wide by 78 high. Funny how that 8 just disappeared. And, oh, there's a different stitch here. I have a Smyrna cross, which I know I've done before, but then there's one called Cecilia's Star. Look at this. I haven't ever done anything like that, and I'm wondering where that goes. That'll be fun to figure out. So that's one, and I think this is one I'm going to work on here in the future. This year, before 4th of July. Next one I found was Liberty Lane by Country Cottage Needleworks. I think this is so, so cute. I've wanted to do this for ages. I just love all those little houses and the bunting across the top, the checkerboard across the bottom. I just think that is so cute. So that's another consideration. Then I found Americana Hearts, and it is by Sunflower Samplings. It's really a different one. I don't think I have ever seen anybody stitch on this. I love the flag down there. The solid red heart, the solid blue heart with the star, the flag. And then if you notice, that's a jewel. That's a piece of jewelry. Now, I got to thinking, I have necklaces that have hearts on them that I don't wear anymore. Wouldn't that be pretty to add to that? That would be so fun, because then I would get to enjoy that piece of jewelry on my cross stitch. So that's a thought there. Next one I found is called Wave by Bent Creek. I know you all have seen a lot of these, but I think this is so cute for 4th of July. The flag behind, the word wave, W-A-V-E, with the ABCs. I think that is really cute. So that's one that I think is going to go in my quick stitch pile. Oh goodness, this one. I love this one. But I think I'm going to have my mind in the right place to do this, because it looks like, I didn't look, but it looks like it's a lot of specialty stitches. Now, just looking at the pattern itself here, it just looks like normal stitching. Let's see if it says anything. First of all, I want to urge you, it doesn't say anything about special stitches. So, I don't know. This is Forever in Peace by Sweet Wing Studio. And I just love how intricate that is. Look at those stitches. They are just cross stitch, it looks like. But the way that she has the design set, it makes it look like a lot of specialties, doesn't it? And for those of you, I've got a few people that watch me that don't know all the lingo. Specialty stitches are something other than just the regular cross. So like the Smyrna that I told you about a while ago, and that Cecilia's heart, or Cecilia's star, those are specialties because they're outside of the normal cross-stitch realm. They're more on the embroidery side. So that's why we call those specialties. But this one, that is so sweet. That would take a hot minute to do, but I really like it. I really like it. I saw it once on somebody's Flosstube, and then I know I called Sunflower Stitchery here in Kansas, and the gals helped me find what it was, because I didn't catch the name, I couldn't remember who had done it, and they helped me find that, so I was real pleased with that. Then the last one I have to show you is one that I just fell in love with it the minute I saw it. And I really think that I might work on it this year too. It's not that huge of a piece, I don't believe. It does have that's on perforated paper. It does, this pattern has both a pattern for perforated paper and then a pattern for regular cross stitch for fabric. So on fabric, I need 15 by 18 for a piece of 28, which is what I work on. And it calls for Karen Wildflowers, but I don't have those. It does list the DMCs that I'm sure I do. And if I don't, I've probably got some, some silks or something that I could substitute in for this. But this one is Long May It Wave by Dutch Treat Designs. There you go. Isn't that beautiful? Now, if you want to make it really special, to do all of this gold in braid or Kreinik, something like that, so that it would shine. Oh my goodness, that would be gorgeous. But that's one I think I might pull out and work on. What I wanted to tell you about this too is that this design was specially drawn for the 1876 Centennial Celebration needlework, the World's Fair. So it was done for America's 100-year anniversary, which is kind of apropos. We're now at 250, so, that was kind of cool. But here is a copy of the original that Cecilia had. Is her name Cecilia? No, it's Claudia. I was trying to read it backwards and that wasn't working. But you can see the flag here, how faded out it's became. And she did the conversion on that to the current colors. And I also read in here that it was originally done on perforated paper, but the paper then was a different size. So she had to convert it and make sure it fit and, held the shape right on our current papers and fabrics. So this is one that I'm also going to put in my stack for upcoming month. Then the things that I thought maybe, I'm looking for something fairly quick and easy to do. Because, like I said, I've been doing all of those bigger projects, and I'm not getting done. So I want to have some wins. So I want to do some smaller projects that I think might work and might get me past that hump. So the first one I found, this is a Spot of Spring by the Drawn Thread. Isn't that just the cutest? I'm trying to get it where there's not a reflection there. But it's got a couple birds, butterfly, flowers, a bunny, a sheep. Isn't that pretty? So I think that's one I'm going to work on. I found the Gatekeeper, which I have kitted up a cajillion times and then unkitted. So I'm going to get this little puppy done. It's the Gatekeeper, and it's by Scattered Seed Samplers. Little, it looks easy, looks like it wouldn't take but a minute to do. So I think I'm going to do that. Then I pulled out a freebie from Summer House Stitchworks. Had to get that where I could read it. And it's a bunny with flowers. And I'm going to go ahead and show it to you because it was a freebie. So I don't think there's any copyright issue there if somebody would happen to pause and print it out. But this is what it is. You can see the bunny jumping and all the flowers around him. That would be a quick one. Hands-on Design, a freebie from her. This is her annual, and I think this was a few years back. Her annual anniversary stitch, 2027? Can't be 2027. We're only in 2026. It's 2021. And for me, it's a companion with the piece that I did for Sue Ellen that was Love You More. So this is Love You. And she's got some pins there, or buttons there that say love. So I think that's really cute. I thought I might work on that. Everybody, who stitches probably knows this one. This is the Chubby Bird by Jeanette Douglas. And so this has been out quite a while, 2021, Chubby Bird. So I thought that was cute. See if I can get anything done on him. I found one by Crochet Go-Go, and she calls this one Rouge. So it's a red bird. I thought that was kind of cute. I found this one by The Blue Flower, and I've got it printed out, so it must have been a freebie. Well, it says copyright. I'm not certain, but I saw it on somebody's Flosstube, and it's Let Joy Be Unconfined by The Blue Flower. I think it's gorgeous. I think that would be a beautiful thing to do. I don't know if it's a freebie or not. I can't tell from what I have printed. Then I have Sweet Scissor Mat. And this is by La Di Da. I like that real well. Now my challenge on this one would be the Hardinger. Cut stitching work. See, that's open work there. I've never done that. That scares the tar out of me. They do have very good instructions in here. So I'll have to see how I feel when I get there, because I'm not positive that's something I would do. And then the last one I have that I think I would definitely, well, there's one I covered up. I forgot to show you it. And you've seen this one. This is Blooming Swan by Pigeon Coop. I like that real well too. That's got a lot of stitching in it, but I think that would be a fairly quick one. The last one, I've been thinking about this one for quite a while, and I keep looking and looking and looking at it. And I know there was another one that I had, but I don't know where I've stashed it over here. This one is called Lily Bates is My Name. It's a reimagining of a 19th century pin keep. It says this tiny 1883 sampler commemorates the industry of its maker. It's by Needlework Press. There it is. I like the unique design. I like how the letters are done, the little flowers at the top and the bottom. You can't really, they're like little carnations at the top here. That's the only picture they have of the face. And then on the back, which is right here, it says, Lily Bates is my name, and with my needle, I wrought the same. So I don't know if I will add that to the back. You know, I don't really know that I will. I'll probably just put my initials on there or something. Okay, that is what I had planned for. Oh, the last one, you know what I probably will work on. I'll throw this in somewhere. Goldbird's sampler. And I got the right floss. Yes, I got the right floss. So we have it now that I can make those blues the right way, the right color. But this is where I am on it. So I'll need to go back and let me clip this up because I'm losing it. I'm losing it. a little high there. Okay. So down here in this flower, there are blues that I will need to add all around all the blue flowers, a different shade of blue. And then there are blues up on these sides that I'll need to add. But I'm pretty pleased with how this has come out right now. It is, I think that is the width of the whole thing. I believe it is. So it's not humongous. It's doable. And I think I will work on it some too. So that is my plans for the next month. I will look through this stack of things that I showed you and just pick out a few because I want to do them all, of course, but I can't get to all of them. I can't do them all justice. And I don't want to start a bunch of things and have them go into my stash or into my whip pile. So I'll have to go through and seriously think about what I want to start, what I think I can really finish, and, work from there. So I will try to keep on a 2-week schedule. That seems to work here in May. It worked pretty well. So I will see you then. Where's my calendar? In 2 weeks, which would be the week of the 14th, Flag Day. So it would be fun to have that little bird done for Flag Day, wouldn't it? So anyway, thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate it. I hope you got some inspiration. I hope you enjoyed the pieces that I showed. And thank you for all the comments that you've been giving me. I really appreciate those. I love reading through them. I try to answer them all. So if I haven't, don't take offense. It's just sometimes I can't see them on my phone, but I can see them on the desktop. And I just have to go back in and check there too. So in the meantime, take care, have fun stitching, and I will see you soon. Brightest blessings.